So, in Sri Lanka, and a very warm good evening. On a happy medium, I'm taking you to another journey with Manjeet Kaur, 9:40 p.m. हर Monday जुड़े रहो इस प्रोग्राम ते Your health is your wealth. थोड़ी सेहत है गाना थोड़ा गहना जिंदगी दे विच बहुत उतराइयां आंदियां बहुत चढ़ाइयां आंदियां. There's always good and bad in every day's life cycles, and some people tend to be a bit weaker, and it depends how we take it mentally. There is the word HELL in hello. There is a word good in goodbye, GOOD. There is a word EX in next, and there is word end in a friend. And in life, when problems come and we are stuck and mind over matter, it doesn't matter if you don't mind, and that will not affect you. If you don't mind, it really doesn't matter. Let me this evening take you on a very fine journey of one of the biggest ridden diseases in UK, USA, Canada, across the world, and not forgetting India. It's mental health. Mental health and mental disorder, which is different from depression and manic attacks, which I've done different shows. I decided I need to do this show on mental health. It is so complex. The brain's chemistry and the electrical disturbances in the brain are so complex that English medicine can put a lot of tutiyan, a lot of little patches around the brain to read what is happening within the brain. It is so hidden. It is so deep. There are so many old thoughts that we can keep as an old, garbage can in our head, or remove them, refresh them, and move on in life. But it's easier said than done. I'm here on this evening show to help you. Saran Sastikal, Namaskar, Adab, Jai Shri Krishna, and Jambusana to another very exciting show with myself, Manjeet Kaur. हेठ लिखे नंबर पे टेलीफोन करो 07886880591 for appointments going right from the south of England to the north, and I will be down in Birmingham, moving on to Hull on the 29th, 30th, 31st and the 1st of August. So the 31st of July, I will be doing a massive talk show in the Hull Gurdwara for the Sangat there, and I need to heartily thank them for the invite. This will be a community talk show in the Darbar Sahib, trying to assist and guide the public, but also doing a health clinic there. So appointments lay 07886880591 hate like number te, email ID manjeetkaur51@yahoo.co.uk, and Jambusana to all the Rafiki of Kenya and Africa. A disease becomes a disease, and it's called mental health. In every hospital, in every borough, there are about 2 to 2.5 wards dedicated to mental health. It is so complex, and it is so wide, and it is can be so misdiagnosed and misread and misunderstood अपनी पंजाबी community which we और झट बंदे कह दिंदे किसी ने कुछ कीता आ, that somebody has done some voodoo magic. If you believe in God and your karma and you are balanced, then really nothing can harm you. We all have our own aura to protect us, but we've also got God to protect us. There is only one ardas that can go directly with that one cordless phone, a phone that you never have to buy, a phone that you never have to pay a monthly rental, a phone that you never have to charge. Is that ardas, us sache pasha de ardas je karonge, you will always get answers to some questions that you have, or some things that have made you feel downtrodden in your life. But patience is the name of the game. There's always darkness in a life. In that dark tunnel, it might take years, it might take months, it might take days for you to get out. But how quickly one can do is dependent on your willpower, or your persona, or your situation at home, or the financial situation at home, or the general well-being of how you're being affected by people around you, how sensitive you are. So complex is this medicine. Let me today, this warm evening, take you to this journey of mental health, which is a huge problem. the state of the mind which manifests so many diseases. And this brain, so complex and so many chemical imbalances can take place in this, is like an ocean. It is like a darya. The ocean waves can be rough, they can be very calming, they can be very soothing, or they can be very hurricane-like, and they can cause a tornado in the brain. Exactly what weather does to mankind, that can happen in your brain. Obviously, these trigger factors, which are the core starting point leading on to mental health, can be so hidden, so deep in this complex brain, which is in the skull. Under there is our brain, which has, two halves like a walnut, and in the middle is a soft spot. In this walnut shell, we can hold so much and remove a lot that we don't want, or bin it, exactly what I said. And they are so hidden. These electrical parameters in the brain can be very easily picked up by the NAS scan, NES, that I do in my clinic in London, but also in Birmingham. Moving on to Hull for the 29th, 30th, 31st, 1st of August. Going on to Edinburgh for the 2nd to the 9th of August, and then to Glasgow from the 11th to 15th of August. A mammoth journey. We're going up north while the season, before the seasons change. But when the seasons change, there's another issue, another disorder that happens with people. And up north, an Icelandic state of the world, in Iceland, there is most suicides in Iceland, in Switzerland, and in Sweden and in Finland. These countries which have smaller days and darker nights and longer winters seem to affect people psychologically, physiologically, mentally, that they can actually harm themselves. And suicide rate in India is for other reasons, for dowry, for troubling a girl, for the Kasans that are committing suicide because they can't see light after their farming lifestyle that has changed, starvation from water, from the industry, starvation of electricity, or the plants dying before they get their produce and they cannot match the domestic home affairs. It becomes a real problem. Those kind of mental healths are so hidden, so secretive. People very smell on their body. One, probably because obviously hyperactivity, anxiety, dehydration, lot of caffeinated drinks, smoking, maybe also gone through drugs, and their body odor is quite prominent, which I have noticed, which maybe other people in the same health field may not have noticed, but I do that with NAS. We seem to take out a lot like a chadu and dust out the issues which are underneath, and by giving such placid NAS, nutri-energetic drops, which are the infoceuticals that actually help to shift blockages, to chill the person, to remove emotional stress remedy, to calm the person, to help them to digest, to sit in stillness. It is amazing how these drops work and how I see the aura of the person change, where their eyes are like this when they come in absolute stare and glare, and when they come down, the contour of the eyes is now much calmer and relaxed. Even if they don't admit it, and I can tell they're on the healing path. So this evening we'll be talking about that. Depression, anorexia is also kind of triggering factors with mental health, anxiety, schizophrenia. We'll be dissecting all those. Eating disorders, obviously, which is anorexia, or bulimia, and addictive behaviors. Maybe addictive eating can become a mental disorder. Anger management, obviously there are so many clinics in anger management. So many people in USA under their health insurance try to get help from this psychiatrist. Most singers and most people who go to the high cliffs of their careers in singing or anything end up getting psychiatric help because they reach such heights that they cannot cope mentally. Obviously, there is amazing how NES and nutrienergetic medicine unfolds and heals these hidden causes, and it all comes in a very constructive way without having to pop pills. Anxiety and panic attacks, another show that I've already done and I hope sometime soon will be aired for you. It is so amazing and so complex what anxiety is doing and what panic attacks are doing to people, that it's shocking. There is no caste, no creed, no race, no gender when it comes to panic attacks. There is no time of day or night. It is normal when these things are happening that you are manifesting some thoughts that have been deprived or in your life, and there's a pickup of fear, extreme fear, that leads you on to panic attacks. But I won't be chewing much on panic attacks because that show itself is something that you really need to see and understand. A lot of people in work may feel that they've had a panic attack because of their boss, because of HR, because of work insecurity, because of job insecurity, because you don't know what the future holds for you. So when I unfold this with NAS and we give the specific things, and with my own Ayurveda supplements ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ clinic ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, these preparations are fantastic how they work, and within weeks and months you will see a different person. It's like taking off layers of a rotten onion, and in the middle core you will find the goodness all hidden there, and that is how we peel off layers and layers. In the in the decades of my studies, I've noticed that anxiety and panic attacks in patients' diseases are the ones that actually stop them or help them to move forward. So both these ways, if there's a hindrance, then they may not move forward and they may be just stuck in a situation, grounded, seeking help time and time again. So many mental health cases of patients, they are confined within enclosed wards because they are harmful or a danger to themselves or to the community. USA ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ gun laws ਹਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਨਹੀਂ change ਹੋਏ. It is sad that every day we are hearing issues. Sometimes, it appears that the police for the civilians have been a bit very abrupt. It is sad that there again, sometimes women liberties have been overused or misused, and you'll probably read between the lines what I'm saying. So again, those things are probably, there are some good spiritual people who can guide you, but do not let those who want to really graze on you and rob you of the benefits. And there is no direct ardas that a Baba can do that you cannot do. It may mean that they have a more calmer way of connecting, but the real spiritual people don't even say they are spiritual. Their third eye is open, and they can connect even just by giving you a distant blessing. So you don't need to be sitting there ke babe de pair kutto te hath kutto, and your ardasis will be found sorted out, and your child will come out of a mental disorder. Those things are when they are now seeing you as a weaker person, and now will take liberty to misuse that situation. So be very careful. Then there is the BPD, borderline personality disorder, where people go through lots of moods. They can be very loud, very moody, or really have an aggressive behavior, and that will be short but not long term. There is also then other symptoms that come up in the mental health that we'll be talking about today. Obviously, the word that once said, Jeda Kendene, 3 thoughts that in life you can recover in life, but one word, Shabad kise nu galt kya, it can never be taken. That moment after it has been said, it's already gone, and you will then regret and hope that and wish you had never said it. So don't cry over spilt, the past is gone. Let's move forward. My programs here is to bring you lightness, awareness, jagrati through my shows, through the cook shows, through the chat shows. All those there are there to help you to move forward and to be able to take in the positive information. Food changes, cook shows trying to help you to guide, because most mental disorders also, I have noticed, start from gut problems, and food sensitivities can also happen with food intolerances and gluten sensitivities. So those can be so complex, but again, khoj kadni or oda chantna or onu chan ke, then finding that 1 or 2 causes is my way, and that's the best way I can move forward to give you a better mental support and get your children free. Some children with mental disorders can be, because of exam pressure, never come out of it, and they are then stuck that from the age of 16 their careers don't be made. I have had children who for up to the age of 30 have never left their home, and they've gone to bed for up to 18 hours in Birmingham. Saw them 3 times, they started changing, started coming down to eat, and then I also guided him to, what is your career? Because there was no GCSE done. He just stayed in the home, absolutely, quite in a disassociated behavior, and had disconnected from the world. Told him to go into just a photographic course at adult education. People who have fallen down, who learn how to get up, walk those 3 steps, drop 2, walk 3 again, they are finally crawled to a successful mountain of their career and financially secure. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Then comes in disassociative behavior. In this, there is a mental disruption and a breakaway and consciousness. There is a lot of identity crisis within themselves. There's a lot of awareness, and there's a lot of perception of what they're thinking, and very disruptive thoughts of, they think that they're not socially adjusting within people. Obviously, sad to say that what is happening in Punjab, we keep on talking about long, lengthy topics in Punjab, but nothing has been done. Here in UK as well, drugs and street drugs and drugs in Punjabi girls, alcohol and smoking in Punjabi girls is not very far. Really, they are outbeating Sikh boys in what girls are up to, and I'm shocked when I have to go to public events and I see the behavior of our girls and how much they drink and how much they smoke before they begin to even to learn how to laugh. You do not need to be associated with these addictive foods to think you can enjoy and relax. You have now made a pattern in your life by thinking that until I don't take this, I can't relax. Until I don't take 6 shots of vodka, young girls of 35 to 45 cannot relax until they take a 45% high alcohol intake. It's shocking. There are many other ways to relax, but you do not put yourself into this kind of medium of alcohol and drugs. 7 out of 10 children in Punjab right now ridden of drugs. A woman, and I did a gender program, is a woman's own enemy, where Punjab de vich 7 mundiyan da janam hunda a, 4 to 1, I beg your pardon, and 1 girl is born. And in many villages, there are about 20 boys to the birth of 4 girls, which is shocking. And that is not what God's ecological balance is. Men and woman has become a female gender's own enemy because of Daj, Dahej and all these issues that, you think ke male gender hi chahida ya. It's amazing that this male gender has got so many dramas in their life right now. 7 out of 10 children in Punjab are drug-ridden or taking drugs or exposed to drugs. Those who do not get cannabis or cocaine are going to legal highs, and if nothing, they will drink cough mixtures up to 10 bottles a day to give them that nasha. And nadiyan glass bottle nal pariyan, what I've seen when I went to Baru Sahib, it was shocking to see the youngest child of 13, the oldest of 75 in drug addiction, de-addiction centers. Adrenaline is hugely affected by drugs, whatever kind you take, and your body will start becoming dependent on it. It is the 2 glands above your kidneys that are your power, that puts you into a 5th gear, that keeps you well balanced. Too much adrenaline will create anxiety, can create skin conditions, can create so much trauma and palpitation in the heart. Too little adrenaline will make you sluggish and depressed and slow and tired through your life. So Rab ne inna vadiya balance dita ratri da insaan khud hi daksho inne bebas kar dinda apni body nu satyanas with khana, with thought pattern, with bad company, with not having proper guidance from parents, or parents not friending their children, parents not spending enough time with the children, parents not guiding their children ke beta when you get out in dunya badi badmash hai. These are the ways and these are the things you need to be careful. You need help, you've done a mistake, we are at the doorstep, come and talk to us. Never hide things. This is what parents' messages are not going across, because parents are working and they're thinking showering their kids with IT and designer stuff and designer clothes and designer phones is a way of life to keep them happy. You've not won your child's happiness and confidence until you sit on that table and talk to the child about Sikh Ityas, Sikh Virsa, Sikh Bani, Sikhi food. Feed them right, spend time with them, and quality time is missing in Punjabi homes. Other than that damn 40 by 40 inch televisions jehde loki leke rakh rahe ne, and nataks. The most negative energies, in a house of nataks. Yes, there is a theme story, there's maybe the odd lesson to learn, but those certainly are not the way forward to have a negative energy within the house and not associate with your children when they come from school, because the mother needs to see her natak from 7 to 9 o'clock. But let's not take these stories too far, because I'll be taking you to the second half of my show talking about still mental health issues, which is ridden in every part of the world. More than half of Brits have mental health issues of one or what I'm labeling. Let me now take you to a sound journey into the second half of my journey with Manjeet Kaur. Stay tuned after this short little break.